February.
It's not 84?
Oh, it is episode 84. I put 84 there.
It's episode 84.
But, yeah. It's 84. Sorry.
We are Mary and Robin. We are a knitting and spinning mother-daughter podcast coming to you every other week just about from outside New Orleans, Louisiana. And we are super happy that you're here with us today. And we hope that everybody had a good Knit in Public day, huh?
We had a great time.
I'm going to stick some footage. You've already seen it. The clip of the jazz band, I'm going to put a little bit of it. And if you want to watch the whole thing, if you want to watch them sing the whole song, I'll put that at the end. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Okay. Yeah, we took...
And the song they did is St. James Infirmary. So,
yes.
Because some people may not recognize it.
Yeah, we went with a group of our friends. We went down to New Orleans because we live a little ways out of the city. And we met at a cafe, and then we rode the streetcar down into the city to Canal Street, downtown, and then we ate lunch, and then we rode it back up. And it was a lot of fun, so I'll put some clips in. You probably have already seen them.
It was a beautiful ride because it's the St. Charles line. So you get to go down St. Charles Avenue, see all the beautiful old homes. Then you get into, as you get closer to downtown, you get more into the commercial section. And it was fun. It was, when we first got on, the streetcar, because we got on near the end of the line, streetcar was pretty empty. And as we got closer to downtown, a lot more people got on. And it was funny because people kept asking us where we were from because they,
It's a very touristy
everybody
area.
Assumes you're from out of town, which technically we are.
We had lanyards, and so I think maybe they thought we were part of a tour group.
We were part of a group, just not tour.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. We knit in public. I sat next to this lady. She's from Sussex, I think. And, yeah, that was very cool. She and her friend were in the city. And her friend told us not to tell her about the quarter stitch, so I didn't. I was nice, but yeah, it's just fun to see because everybody has a story like, oh, my grandma used to knit, or we went was it the bartender, or he crocheted?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what he was. He worked. We ate lunch at the Palace Cafe on Canal. And I'm not quite sure what he was, but while we were waiting for our table, he saw us standing there knitting, and he comes over and he's like, "What are y'all doing?" So he, kind of told us about what we were doing and what the day was. He's a crocheter, and he had never heard of Ravelry, so we clued him in on that. And we also, towards the end, he came back over to our table later, and the group that we were with, they have a knitting group in New Orleans on Thursday nights, and so he may go over there and hang out with them. Yeah. So it's always good to bring new people into your group, and he was all excited to see us, and that was fun.
Yeah, very fun. So we'll definitely be doing it again next year if they host it again, because it was an awful lot of fun. So we haven't introduced ourselves properly, because I just sort of jumped into a tangent.
Well, you said who we were. Yeah. We just didn't go into our usual intro.
I am Robin.
I'm Mary.
You can find me as Teenybutton on Instagram and Ravelry. And I sell yarn online at teenybuttonstudio.com. I need to find a new way to phrase that because I no longer sell through Etsy, except just a little bit of the couple things that are left. So I'm no longer on Etsy. So I need to find a new way to phrase that. So.
Okay. I am Mary, and you can find me as Snip and Full on Ravelry, and on Instagram, I am Cherry Purls Mary.
And we have a podcast group. It'll be linked down below, and that's where you can find the show notes for this episode as well as all previous episodes. And you can find it just by searching on Ravelry in the groups tab, Cherry Purls Podcast. So, real quick, we are going to be at the Houston Fiber Fest. We are leaving in 2 days.
Today's Monday. We're leaving on Wednesday.
Yes, we're leaving very soon. And I am not ready.
But you will be.
I was a lot more prepared for DFW. I think I kind of put it off this time. But I will be ready by Wednesday.
It'll come together.
It'll be fine. And then if you'd like to see us there, we'll be there Friday to Saturday, Sunday. We'll be vending in the Teenybutton Studio booth. And then we will also be at SSK in July. That is a retreat in Nashville, but it's open to the public on Saturday the 21st if you'd like to come and see us then.
What is your booth number at Houston?
Oh, 507. Remember that.
If you're around the Houston area on Saturday, Friday and Saturday,
Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah.
Come over and see us. Booth
507. Yes, around the corner.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm ready to see Nana and Kathy.
Yep. Staying with her mom and sister.
Yep. Okay. So you got any finished
objects? I have one finished object. Oh. My nose is running. I have a baby hat. This is knit in the usual Burnett's baby solids and merles, and the colorway is baby pink, I think it is.
Just pink.
Oh, just pink. And the pattern is Basic Baby Hat by Heather Tucker. I really like this pattern because it goes in multiple sizes, all the way from newborn to, I think, adult maybe. I'm not quite sure. But I know it covers a lot of child sizes.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So, another hat.
Cool beans.
That's it.
You got hats.
Yep.
I don't have any finished objects, but I have 2 half objects.
Yoo-hoo!
So does that count as one finished object?
If you want it to.
So I'll start with these. These are my Brunch of Commander socks. I haven't shown these. I don't think I showed them last episode because I work on them sporadically.
You haven't showed them for like 2 podcasts.
Okay.
Last time you showed them is whenever the yarn was broken.
Oh yeah, the yarn is what's for brunch episode. This is my Brunch of Commanders colorway. I did this as a kit with Linnet, Sunshine, and Bubblegum. And then the heels and toes are Butterbeer. And it's just a vanilla sock. This is what I took with me to knit for Knit in Public Day, just because it was simple, easy. I finished the ribbing and I started the toe on the next one. Something funky is going on with these. We've talked about it before, but I usually knit my socks on a size US 1 with 68 stitches. And for this sock, I'm doing them on a size 0 with 64. I don't know what's up with this particular skein. I restarted these socks like 4 times. And you've knit with this base before and after. I have another sock with this base, and I'm doing my other sock with 68 on a US 1. And it's fine. And it's fine. Yeah, I don't understand. Because I went down in needle and stitch count and needle size. It's a magical skein. Yeah, I don't understand. It's witchcraft. It's bigger on the outside. Yeah, it's the TARDIS. This is my second sock. I'm knitting these. These are Chiaogus, again, size US 0, which is, what, 2.0 millimeter? I have no idea. Yeah. So I started these. And actually, I think I finished these before I went to Knit in Public Day, and then I knit the entirety of this sock from the toe for Knit in Public Day, which is good considering we were eating and talking and, yeah, you know. A lot going on. Not a whole lot to say, just a vanilla sock. I'm really enjoying the yarn. There it is. There's the yarn. It's in my bag from Sugar Tots with my Bucky's pin on it. Because I love Bucky. Oh, and this is my Knit in Public Day pen that you got me. Yep. It says Knit in Public, Scare the Muggles. I got that from Tangerine 8, if anybody's looking. She does she does the little pen with the TARDIS with the balls rolling out of it. And yeah, that's it. I also have the TARDIS needle size needle gauge thing. Needle gauge. Couldn't think of the word gauge. Needle piece thing. Needle piece. Do you need, you want me to go again? Yeah, well, you finish your finished object. My finished object. Stupid. So, my second sock I just showed y'all. 2 hoes make a hole. That's really good. That should be the title of the episode. We need to write that down, because there's half the time we say stuff, and we're like, oh, that could be a good title for the episode, and then we forget. So, remember this time. Oh, sure. Remember. I'm really good at remembering. These are my Obliviate socks. And I love, love, love how these look. Every time you pull those out, I'm like, I love that pattern. I love this pattern. This is Obliviate by Sarah Stevens. And this is the finished sock. It is knit top down. So, would you be willing to try top down? I don't know. Maybe. But I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it if I just knit it toe up. And I'm not mad at it. Everything would be reversed. Would you do a toe up heel flap and gusset? I don't know. Why would you have to? You don't have to. I just like the way that it looks with the pattern. Probably not. Thank you for the recommendations for everybody. What I ended up doing is for this heel flap, because last time I was getting some pooling whenever I was knitting back and forth on the heel flap. So what I did is I alternated skeins, or I only have one skein. So I knit one row I knit there and back from the inside, and then there and back from the outside, and I carried it up the side of the heel flap. And then whenever I picked up stitches, I just made sure that was tucked behind. So you'll never even know. And you can't see it. Unless you see the podcast. Yeah. So it looks pretty decent. I like it. And then I have cast on the second sock. And I'm getting close to the heel flap again. So I just love that pattern on the back. It's beautiful. But see, it would look good flipped. So if I didn't want to do it, because it would be top down. Yeah. That's how it would look. It would look like that. I'm happy with that.
And same thing with that. That looks pretty both ways.
Well, I think this is a very similar texture as the Hermione's Everyday anyway, so yeah, just like a little thing.
It's cute.
It is cute.
It's cute.
The yarn is from Nora George, and it is her gold sparkle sock. It's her 75-25% gold stellina, and the colorway is Bill and Fleur Get Married.
And that is so blown out, but that's
there we go.
Better.
Yeah, it's good. I need to like cover the camera kind of, but I really love it. I love pastels. So that is.
It looks really good with that pattern.
Yeah, I really think so, and I'm really glad
that's one of those perfect matches of yarn and pattern.
I just love the back so much. I just really.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's like a monkey sock, but like classy. Not that the monkey sock isn't classy.
A classy monkey.
But like it's on the back, so it's like understated.
Go with that.
That's how my brain works. So just gotta roll with it.
Not touching it.
Okay, you got how many books you got? Just one?
Just the two.
Oh, two. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to go?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was going to show progress on my sweater. It's kind of become a pain. Never knitting a sweater before. I didn't realize. And I mean, if you think about it, if you're right now, I've got pretty much 5 skeins in some way, shape, or form, either hanging off of this or I knit into it. But here's the sweater so far. I've got, there goes the ball. I decided to do like I talked about last time, is knit the sleeves next. So I've got this sleeve. You can see that
this is so crazy.
No, this is crazy looking. Okay, so I've got this sleeve knit almost to the bind off.
Why didn't you bind that one off?
Because I wanted to make sure I liked the length of them.
Oh, okay.
Before I bound up both of them off.
This is complicated. Oh my goodness.
Well, yeah, but I know what I'm doing. And then this sleeve is.
We'll get that later.
You pulled it off the needle?
I pulled these off the needle because I wasn't sure if those were the ones that had fallen. I didn't want them to fall.
And so this one, I don't know why it's all twisty looking. This one is knit. I've just started the ribbing on it. So we're good. Why is this all flippy?
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, so that's where I am. So I'm almost finished with the sleeves. I should have the sleeves finished definitely this week. And then I will go back and pick up the rest of the back and finish working on that, do the ribbing, and then you do pick up and do the button band. Did my first sweater. But anyway, it's going okay. Yeah, I'm juggling a lot of bits and pieces of yarn, but I'm okay with it.
This is complicated.
Well, I don't know how it's supposed to be, but it's working okay for me.
It looks, I mean, if it works for you.
It's working okay for me.
What's the pattern?
The pattern is the Serena Cardigan by Gretchen Ronevik. And the yarn is Madeline Tosh Pashmina, and the colorway is Cactus Flower.
I love this.
So it's really pretty pinks and purples.
And it's an MCS, right?
Yes, it is. So I am going to enjoy wearing it. So this is, hopefully will be my Rainbow sweater.
I love your little stitch markers or little sheep. We got those from Andrea, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she was our roommate at Into the Wool last year. And she got us.
I can't remember. Oh, I remember why. I was like, I couldn't remember why I had the stitch markers on there, but now I remember why I had the stitch markers on there. So, yeah, that's my first work in progress.
I love that color. I really love that
color. Well, you're the one who made me buy this color.
Yeah. It looks really good on you, too.
You bought it. Where did that go?
It's underneath the
flap. You bought it, and then you were like, oh, look what I just bought. And I'm like, okay, I have to have that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got over there. I'm like, I want a sweater quantity.
Yeah.
So.
It's awesome.
That.
And you're not getting any pooling at all. Like, I can't even tell.
No, I think it's doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm alternating skeins every round. So, that's going great.
Cool beans.
It's all good.
So
I'm going to pick this up.
I have another sock whip. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you will have seen this. After Kate Spade's death a couple of weeks ago, I had the idea to do a charity colorway. And I talked about it on the post. I'm not really going to get into it. But I thought that knitting, is very soothing. And I was feeling a lot of emotions about it. So I've dyed this colorway. This is called Live Colorfully, which is one of her campaign slogans. Actually, that might be one that they introduced after she sold the company. But
it's still connected with Kate Spade.
Yeah, she has some quotes that are attributed to her that use that quote. So it came, I did some sock sets, and I did 100% of the proceeds went to American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And they sold out. I only did a handful of skeins, but they sold out within like 5 minutes, which is super, super awesome. So I do plan to do another round of that, probably in July or August. So that'll be posted on my Instagram. And if I dye them and we podcast before I upload, before the update goes live, I'll show them on the podcast. But a lot of times, since we don't podcast every week anymore, a lot of times I dye stuff. It goes in the update and then it sells out before we podcast again. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you want to know what's current, check Instagram.
Instagram, yeah. And I would say the newsletter too, but I don't send out newsletters for every single thing that I do. I almost always post on Instagram. So I know not everybody uses Instagram, but that's just the easiest for me.
Well, it's something you can do quickly.
Yeah.
A newsletter takes a lot more time, and people may not want to get a newsletter every single time you're introducing something or thinking about it. Because sometimes you'll use Instagram for polls, like, do you like this or this?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's a really good medium because it's pretty.
Yeah. So this is, again, the Live Colorfully colorway, and this was a sock set. It came with the skein of Live Colorfully on soft sock, and then this green mini skein that is very reminiscent of her logo, which I don't have.
Yeah.
I had some stuff over here because I've purchased some Kate Spade things in the past.
Oh, just a couple.
I like the aesthetic. I like the cute, preppy, colorful, you know. But I've knit these socks with one of my sock sets. So this is the Added Elegance pattern, and the designer is Mary Lucas. And a lot of people have asked me about the star. I got this in a swap with Truffle Shuffle, who is Jensen. She's a stitch marker, polymer clay stitch marker maker. So I'm working on these, and I'm using my signatures, and I'm not gonna lie, I am using the signatures because they match the yarn.
I didn't realize
that's the only reason I'm using them, because I don't really like them because the cord is not that great. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like
you have to wrangle that cord.
Yeah, I boiled the snot out of this cord in boiling water, and then I let it dry overnight straight, and that helped. But I feel like I need to keep doing it to keep it manageable, and that's really...
You shouldn't have to do that.
It's a lot to ask, especially because these are extremely expensive.
Extremely.
And the only reason why I have these is because Larry bought these for me as a Valentine's Day present a couple of years ago, whenever they first introduced them, and I appreciate the thought, and I love the tips. The tips are awesome.
Yeah, the needle part of it you love.
Yeah, but it's
the cord.
Stupid cord.
It's a shame they're not interchangeables.
Yeah.
That you could get a different cord.
Yeah, and they offered to replace them, but apparently this is just the way that the cord is.
So replacing them isn't going to do
So
anything.
I didn't want to charge, they have to replace it, and they can't resell these, and like, the cord's going to be the same. There's no point in wasting another set. So I'm like, I'll just deal with it, but I think they need to maybe change the material, or I don't know.
Especially when you have needles that you love that you don't have to fight the cord.
Yeah, so I'm suffering for the sake of my aesthetic at this point, because I gotta have matching artist. I could totally switch to the Chiagus, but they wouldn't match as well. So
Well, you could talk to Chiagu about maybe
doing some green,
doing some colored needles.
Yeah, and I like that I'm using them because I like to feel like I'm getting the usage I want.
Sure, because you like the needle. It's just as long as the cord is.
They're very expensive to not use them.
Sure.
So
they're too pretty to use.
Yeah.
They're too pretty not to use.
Yeah, that one.
That one. Gosh, really?
What you got?
Okay, so this is the project
show the bag.
That I worked on when I went for Knit in Public Day. I have this in my Whimsy Stitches bag.
Pride Month, y'all.
And this is the sock that I worked on. So
matchy, look at you.
The yarn is Brazen Stitchery, and it is their Harmony sock, and the colorway is Skittles. And I have to say, I bought this because not only is it beautiful, but it reminds me of my dear heart Skittles, my puppy that we lost a couple of years ago, and I am totally a sucker whenever I love the name. Mm-hmm. So I just have this much on one sock. I haven't started the second sock. And then the toe, and you've seen this on many a sock. I'm kind of really excited that I had a lot left over whenever I finished the shawl in this. This is Yarn Carnival High Wire 3-ply, and the colorway is Flippery. And I have used this on a ton of socks, and that will
goes with a lot.
It'll be my heels and toes. Not sure about cuffs, so we'll see where I end on my stripes. I don't want it to be too close to the pink stripe, but I'm really loving how these are striping up. I mean, just the colors are really, really, really cute. Mm-hmm. And this is my little Knit in Public stitch marker that I bought for the day. So I don't know if you can see that. Oh. There we go. So that was what I worked on that Saturday. It was fun. It's a joy to knit with. If you haven't ever tried Brazen Stitchery yarn, it's really, really nice.
Yeah. Are they going to be at Houston?
They will be at Houston.
They must be local to Texas.
They are.
So I have one more work in progress, and I just realized that I forgot to get something, so we're going to have to pause it.
What do you need? Is it right here?
That.
Okay.
But no, in mine.
That's fine.
I need to grab mine. I'll do that.
Why do we have to show both?
Yeah, because it's so pretty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
This is my last work in progress. This is my Tegna, which y'all have seen before. But
you know who really loves the Tegna?
Hagrid loves the Tegna. Hagrid will, it's like a magnet. He will come and sit on it and chew on it, and
if he sees that Robin's working on this, I don't know if he's got radar, but he will be sleeping someplace else.
He'll come and
he will be like, oh,
I wonder if it's this wool cotton.
I don't know, but he's loving it as much as Robin is.
So this is where I am, and you will notice I have knit from here all of this week, or this past 2 weeks.
Since the last podcast.
Yeah, and it is actually a lot wider because I put it on a size 32, but it's very wide, so it looks a lot smaller whenever I hold it up. But this is the Tegna by Caitlin Hunter. I don't think we said that. I think we just said it was the Tegna, but it's by Caitlin Hunter. And the yarn is my Teenybutton Studio. It's a new base that I'm trying out that I will be debuting at Houston Fiber Fest. It is a 50-50 wool cotton blend, and this is the Owlery colorway. Owlery. There we go. Owlery. So it's just a light minty blue and cream with some gold and tawny speckles. You can really see the speckles in the...
Yeah.
So this is how much I have left of skein 2. And I'm alternating with skein 3. But I'm actually... The pattern says to knit for, I think, 16 inches, and I'm at 18. But I think I'm going to go to 20 because I want it to be longer. I don't want it to be that little cropped length. And then you separate for the front and back, and then you knit the fronts and backs, and then you do a 3-needle bind off, and then you pick up the stitches. But I think I'm going to leave it sleeveless because I don't think... I mean, if it's going to be for the summer, there's no point in putting sleeves on it because I'm just going to sweat through them anyway. So, if I want sleeves, I'm going to knit like a sweater, not like a top sort of deal. But I really do like the pattern. I like how it looks with the sleeves, but it's just not functional, I guess, for me in this climate.
Yeah, well, but that's the good thing about knitting your own garment is you make it yours.
I was looking through the projects, and I saw this lady who turned hers into a tank top, and I really, really love that. But her notes were a little complicated, and I couldn't, I guess because I'm not at that point in the pattern yet, but I couldn't really figure out what she did. But I favorited it, so I might go back and see if I want to do that. But I do like the look of it without the sleeves, so I think I might just do that. But
I think it looks great.
The lace section is done, as you can see.
And you start with the lace.
Yeah, I just really like it. It was a pain to knit, but I do really love how it looks.
Well, lace can be like that. Yeah. It can be a pain to knit, but then when you're done, you love it.
It reminds me of cathedral windows.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
Yeah. So that is my other work in progress, and I think I'm not sure if I'm going to bring it with me to Houston. Just because I've knit miles and miles of just stockinette in the round, and now that I actually have to, knit the complicated bits, I kind of want to put it on the back burner.
Can you take it with you and knit up to where you're going to separate for the sleeves and then stop at that point?
Maybe so. Maybe that's a good idea.
Because that would be something you could knit on in your booth.
Yeah.
To show people what it looks like. but it's just plain stockinette.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I have one more thing to show that is a work in progress that is not knitting.
And you haven't done this in a while.
I know. I have been spinning a little bit because I've been watching Amy of the Stranded podcast, and she's on a spinning kick, and so I'm on a spinning kick now too because I just felt like it, and like she looks like she's having fun, and I forget how much fun spinning is, and it's very mindless. Like knitting is mindless too, but it's like different. It's really different for me because like knitting, I don't have to look, and I can like be distracted. But with spinning, I'm like fully engaged, you know, because I have to watch what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So this is some fiber that I started last fall, and I haven't touched it since. And let me put a little PSA here for wheel owners. If you're not going to spin for 6 months, do not leave your drive band on the bigger whirl because it will stretch out and you won't be able to put it on the smaller whirl because that's what happened to me. And I knew that. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to come back to it. And then the next thing I know, it's 6 months later and my drive band is stretched out.
So what you're saying is...
move it to the smaller whirl.
Always, when you finish, always move it to the smaller one just in case?
Yes.
Because you never know.
So I've ordered a new drive band. I have a Kromsky Fantasia. I don't know if I said that.
Nope.
Yeah, I ordered a new drive band. It wasn't really expensive, but it's something I really didn't need to buy if it hadn't messed up in the first place. And I'm spinning this on the bigger whirl, and it's fine. I just need to, it takes a little bit longer. But let's show the fiber. Look at that. So this is from...
This is what it looks like.
Nonoko? Is that how you would say that?
I would say that.
And it is a bat that I bought maybe 8 months ago.
It is so beautiful.
It is amazing. I think the colorway is Icarus. And I was looking at this, and I'm like, man, I really love this. I'm going to get some more. And I went onto their Etsy shop, and they closed like a week ago, 2 weeks ago or something. They're no longer selling, and I'm really disappointed. I don't blame them. I'm sure they had good reason to stop selling, but I'm disappointed that I didn't get it. Like, if I had just gotten into it sooner, then I could have bought, like, you know, I don't know what kind of stellina this is, or if that's even what it is, but it's just
beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's like a galaxy, like, it's beautiful. I think this is about 3 ounces, not on the bobbin, but total. Because this is what I have left. I have this one little sliver, and then this bump, and then that's all I have. So I really want to do a shawl, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So what I might do is I have a blending board, and I have a lot of silver stellina left, and I have white fiber. So what I might do is I might make white and gray rollags with some of that faux cashmere.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that'd be pretty.
Yeah, and then spin it to complement this and do something with stripes or like...
You know, they have some really cool peacock patterns.
Maybe. Yeah,
just throwing that out there.
But I'm disappointed that I waited so long. I mean, the wheel was not cheap, and I've had it for a long time, and I don't use it enough. I mean, obviously, I can justify keeping it because I can justify whatever I want.
Well, you do enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't use it as much as I should, as much as I feel like I should. But
I wouldn't feel bad. I mean, it's like you're doing what's calling you at the time, and right now your knitting's calling you for multiple reasons. Some of them have to do with your business because you want to do shop samples and things like that. But you know, you're enjoying everything you're doing. Yeah. So, and you only have a finite amount of time.
Yeah, somebody needs to get on that. I need more time.
I mean,
everybody needs more time.
Maybe you should teach Larry how to spin.
That's an idea. I don't see him going for that.
I think Larry would be a great spinner.
All right, I'm going to go get my Throw Me Something Mister, and I'll be right back. All right. I'm back, and I brought a special guest.
He's sleepy.
He is sleepy.
But he's purry.
He is. He's so little. He's been very busy today, so I'm hoping he'll be good.
He's not as little as he was, though, because now he's up to, what was it, 3.2 pounds.
I guessed it on the nose.
You did?
Because I'm super good at guessing cat weights, because everybody needs a skill. So, You hold them and I'll show what we got.
Okay.
So a couple weeks ago, Stephanie at London House Yarns, whichever one her name is. I'm sure she has a preference, but I'm not sure what it is. She announced that she was going to do dyed-to-order colorways. And if you had been watching for a while, you will know that Christmas at Grimald Place has been one of my bucket list colorways. And so I come in and I'm like, Mom, we need to order this. And so you went and looked and you decided you liked the same one I did.
Yes.
So I got it on her sparkle base. This is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% silver seleno. So that's mine. And then you got it on her 80-20 merino nylon base.
Because I love me some 80-20.
Yes, and I have offered. I will buy your leftovers from you if you don't have anything to do with them, because I love this colorway so much.
What are you gonna do with the leftovers?
Maybe mitts.
Don't
steal my idea. I love this colorway. If she does this again, and I'm bummed I didn't think about it at the time, but have you seen the sock arm sweater?
Yeah.
It's like a regular sweater, and then the sleeves are knit with a self-striping yarn.
Stacy had a whole bunch of I think she had a sock arms in her booth at DFW.
I didn't think about that at the time, but I should have. If she does it again, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order 2 skeins for a sock arm sweater. But, oh, it's so beautiful. I'm so happy I have a skein. I have 2 skeins. You don't get one. So, it is just beautiful. I'm so excited. Y'all have no idea. This is probably going to be my Christmas Eve cast on for this year. So, that is what I got. I didn't get anything else, but you did.
I did.
So, let's trade off.
Oh.
Give me that kitty.
Got him?
Oh, the little man.
Okay. So, if you've heard, maybe you haven't, but Gnome Acres is going out of business, so I decided I'd run over there and pick up a couple of skeins. I decided to get, I have kind of a theme going on here. So this is her fingering sock, and the colorway is Molly Weasley. And then I also got a skein in her Sparkle Gnome. I'm sorry, that was House Gnome. And this is Sparkle Gnome. And if you see, well, let me roll it around. Where's the colorway name? Oh, you see what this one is? This is Arthur Weasley. So I have Molly and Arthur. This is going to be some Christmas socks that I'm going to try to knit all my Christmas colorways. I'm going to work on those starting, mid-November or so. And then I don't know when I'm going to knit this, but I thought they would be fun.
Read what it says on the label. It's so cute.
Oh, about when it was born?
Yeah.
So what's adorable about what she does is she tells you the born on date. So that was the date it was dyed. So this one was born in February. And this one was also, they were born on the same date. Look at that. So they're twins.
That's cute. That's so cute.
So I got that. And then I also bought some minis to do my heels and toes. Maybe just the heels, I'm not sure.
Well, they're just 5 gram minis.
Yeah, they're 5 gram minis. So anyway, and then I also picked up, she had some shirts, so I picked up a yarn shirt.
That's cute.
Yeah, and then the back, I think the back is really cute. It's got her logo.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I thought it would be fun. I don't have a lot of yarn related, t-shirts and stuff.
Apparel.
So, yeah, that. So that was, something that I picked up while she was having her go out of business.
Yeah, I looked, but I'm trying not to buy yarn unless it's like bucket list quality.
Sure.
But I'm probably going to get some stuff at Houston. I'm probably going to get some stuff at SSK.
I'm definitely doing that, but those are going to be things that you probably have an idea. Either they're going to be bucket list things, or there's something you have an idea for.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's all my. Throw me something, mister.
Yeah. So,
you were just Mr. Yawning.
Very tired. We have a question.
Yes, so we decided to throw a question out to our viewers this week. So our question is, for summer garments, what do you prefer? Do you prefer your yarn to be solid or speckled? And if you have a preference, what is your preference for colors? Do you like brights? Do you like neutrals? Do you like pastels? So why don't you give us a shout out and let us know either in the YouTube comments, or you can go over to our Ravelry group and let us know what your thoughts are. If you do any summer knitting, summer garment knitting, what do you prefer?
Yeah, it's something I've had to think about lately because I've got that 50/50 wool cotton that I'm kind of marketing exclusively for like summer or like warmer climate knits. And I've mostly been doing solids, but I've had a good response on people who want the owlery, which is a speckle. Because like if I'm going to do something, I want something subtle, subtly speckled. But I've got a couple colorways. I'll show y'all what I have so far.
Speaking of speckles, this is speckled. This tummy area.
You're such a distraction. He's so bad.
You're not bad. You're not bad at all.
So let us know what you think, either in the YouTube comments or on Ravelry. And do you have a preference or?
My preference on any yarn is more toward solids with a light speckle. Not heavily variegated unless I'm doing socks. So if it's going to be for a garment, it would probably be more solids or maybe something with a light speckle. And
jewel tones, right?
And I'm much more of a jewel tone person as opposed to either neutrals or pastels.
Yeah. Cool beans. I'm going to trade off here. That is all of the knitting content that we have. We're going to do a sort of shop update section here, so if that does not interest you, then please feel free to leave. We appreciate y'all watching until this point. First of all, I just want to say there is not going to be a shop update until July 6th. That's going to be the next shop update because we are going to be at Houston Fiber Fest, and then we're going on a really quick family trip after that. So we're not going to be, I'm not going to have enough time to dye anything until the 6th. To put in the shop until the 6th. I'm going to have dyeing time before the 6th, which is why I can have an update on the 6th. Hopefully that makes sense.
Next update is the 6th.
Yeah, next update is the 6th. So that's the day that the update is going to be.
And the shop is going to be closed.
Yes, I'm going to close the shop starting tomorrow, which is the 19th. And then I'm going to reopen it probably on the 2nd.
Of July?
Of July, yes. Just because I'm going to be out of town, I can't ship anything. So that is the way that we're going to do that. In a second, I'm going to show you what's going to be in the shop I'm going to show you what I'm bringing to the fiber festivals, most specifically Houston, because I might dye some more between now and SSK. But real quick, July Harry Potter Club slots are open, and June's Club just went out. So if you're looking to get July's Club, it is available, and we do now have 3 month subscription slots. So you bought one purchase, you get July, August, September. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to be bringing to Houston Fiber Fest. And this is something I'm really excited about. I've had this idea in my head for a while. But I had a lot of people who are going to be both at Houston and at SSK ask me if I'm going to do Birds of a Feather kits for the Birds of a Feather shawl by Andrea Mallory. And I had a couple of ideas, and I have some other colors dyed up. But the first thing that came to my mind was doing something dessert themed. So I came up with this colorway. This is a very light, speckled, kind of creamy brown with pops of red and peach and like a chocolate color. So this colorway is called a la mode. And then for the Birds of a Feather kit, you'll get 2 skeins of this and then a choice of one of these 3 skeins of mohair. So this is Peach Cobbler. This one I was going to call Strawberry Cobbler.
I don't know if they do Strawberry Cobbler.
Something strawberry. Maybe Strawberry Tart or
shortcake?
Maybe Strawberry Shortcake. And then this one is going to be Brownie. So all kinds of things you can put ice cream on. And then to go with a la mode. So you get the nice subtle, because the shawl is very, it is a very subtle kind of, the yarn that she's knitted in is like a creamy sort of yarn with speckles, and then her mohair is a lighter color, but I like the idea of doing a pop, like the red maybe. But yeah, I will have this on solo and on soft sock in the Houston Fiber Fest booth, and then I'll try to have some dyed up for the update on the 6th. So, and I'll also have them a la carte if you don't want to get a kit, and you just want the mohair or just want the a la mode. You can just get them by themselves. I have a table right in front of me I can put that on. Look at me go.
Stretched his leg up.
Goofy. He's covering his face. He don't want to be on camera. This is a new colorway that's coming for Houston Fiber Fest and then to the shop after that. This is called Audubon, inspired by the naturalist James Audubon, who the Audubon Zoo is named after. And obviously this one is on mohair lace, lofty lace, but I also have it on lush, solo, soft, and maybe silk. I'm not entirely sure about that. But I just love it. It's very subtle. This is another one I would do for the Birds of a Feather kit. I'm not sure. Maybe with the owlry would be nice.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, I also have a new colorway called Ghost Tour that actually Rick at Whimsy Stitches came up with the name, and I'm like, oh, that's genius. So it would go really nicely with that. He does have a lot of good ideas. He's going to start dyeing yarn soon, which is super exciting. So we'll probably announce whenever that happens because we want to support all our friends. So I'm going to have some Harry Potter skeins. I'm going to bring back Magical Me, which hasn't been in the shop for a while. I'll have Pesky Pixie, I'll have Mulligrubs, I'll have Death Day Party, The Night Bus, Pontchartrain Beach, Flying Horses, Cemetery Tour and Voodoo Queen. All those on Soft Sock and on Lush Sock. And then I also have an assortment of my wool cotton. So these are a sampling of the colors I have. I also have a purple and a yellow that I haven't pulled because they're packed away. So this one is my Owlery colorway.
That's what you were doing your Tegna on?
Yes. This is a Fleeting Fox. I might try to recreate it if I can. But it's called Forbidden. And it's like a slate blue kind of...
it's a really pretty color.
Yeah, the catch with the darker colors is that to get anything darker than this, I have to dye it 3 or 4 times, and it's very time consuming because almost everything I just dye once and it's done. But with the cotton, if you try to put dye on it while it's hot, it'll soak up funny. So I have to heat it up, cool it down, heat it up, cool it down, heat it up, cool it down.
Well, it takes the dye much differently than
yes.
the solid, the 100% wool or even the 80.
Yeah, well,
80,
nylon takes dye just like wool, very similarly.
Yeah, but the cotton
does not.
Is what's goofing it up.
Yeah, you can tell it's much more tonal because you can't really tell as much on camera, but it is a little bit more tonal. So I have that one.
You can see it towards the bottom of the skein.
This is my Orpheus colorway, which was a Mardi Gras colorway. I'm bringing it back. It's very similar to Tiffany Box, but not quite as warm. It's more of a cooler blue. And then, of course, we have Rose Gold, which comes out a lot lighter on the cotton, but I love it.
It's almost a ballet pink.
Yeah, it is. It's like a petally sort of, but it's got the flashes of gold.
Yeah.
In there.
You see that, yeah.
Yeah. So I also have it dyed on beignet. Have it dyed in beignets, which is my very pale, creamy, brown kind of tan colorway, like a roasted, like a freshly baked beignet. I also have a gray colorway called Soot Sprite that's similar in darkness to this. It's like a similar in value. It's dark like this, but it's like just a gray, very purple tone gray. And I'm out of cotton base for right now, so that's all I'm going to have at Houston Fiber Fest. I have Butterbeer, I have Rose Gold, I have the Owlery, I have Forbidden, I have Orpheus, I have Wisteria Walk, I have Beignets, and I have Soot Sprite. So that's 8 different colorways. So there's a lot to choose from. But if you have any input for what colorways I should dye on the cotton, it doesn't take speckles as well. It doesn't take them as sharply. Like, they still speckle, but not, you don't get those micro speckles. It's more of a spread out splash. Yeah, that's a good word for it. So there's a lot of colorways I can't dye on that. They won't really look the same. But I love how it knits up, and I love how it washes. So,
yeah, it washes beautifully.
Yeah, I love it. So, if you have any recommendations for colors, I'm thinking maybe an olive green, but I might just put them all together and kind of look at my palette and then
see where you need to see.
Maybe like a darker pink, yeah. Yeah, so that is what I'm bringing to Houston Fiber Fest. If you are going to be at SSK and have any requests, please let me know because I am open to requests. And I will have some dye time between when we get back from our trip and before we leave for SSK on the 17th of July. So yeah, definitely let me know. And I think that's everything. Is that everything?
Do you want to remind people about the shop moving?
Oh, yeah. Real quick, I am no longer selling on Etsy. It's a lot to go into. It's a lot to go into here, but basically Etsy's enacted some... I know, he's so cute. Etsy's enacted some policies that I don't necessarily agree with. And it's been that way for a while. And Etsy's a very good platform for a lot of different types of businesses.
Especially when you're first starting out.
Yeah, and I'm very happy that I started there, and I was able to gain a little bit of a following. And I think I mentioned this last time, but I have moved to teenybuttonstudio.com, my own website. There are still a couple of things in the Etsy shop. They are on sale 20% off. But on July 14th, I will be closing the Etsy shop. I don't know if I'm going to close it, like delete it. I might just put it on vacation mode indefinitely so you can still find it.
I would definitely put it on vacation mode because a lot of people do that when they leave Etsy and go someplace else, and they'll make sure that they put what the new website is.
Yeah.
I know that's what, oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Lolo did it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what
I knew what you were talking about, yeah.
For some reason, I had Hugh Loco in my head, and I'm like, that's not it. That's not it.
Yeah. If you are a dyer or bag maker and you're looking to move off of Etsy, and you want a little bit, so some advice, or if you have a specific question, I'm happy to answer that. I didn't find it too difficult. The tricky part is generating my own traffic, and I'm lucky that I have, people, my customers are also on Instagram, and I have customers who watch here, and I'm very grateful to you guys for moving over to the new platform. And
I'm awake.
He's awake now, yeah.
Come on, sunshine.
But that's where you can find all of my yarn from now on. It's going to be on teenybuttonstudio.com. So I think that is all we have. Is that right?
I think that is it.
All right. Well, we will see you guys next time. We hope to see some of you at Houston Fiber Fest.
I would love for people to stop by if you're around.
That'd be awesome. You don't even have to purchase anything. Just come say
Yeah, just come say
Yeah.
Or howdy, because we'll be in Houston.
Yeah. That's where. Yeah. I love Houston. I love going to see my Nana. We love Katie. We go, fairly often. So it's a city we're familiar with as opposed to some of these other cities. Like I'd never been in Nashville before last year.
No.
So, but it's nice to. It feels a little bit like home turf.
We've been through it, but we've never.
Yeah.
I think we've stopped there, like spent the night in Nashville, on the way to someplace.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean Houston, we've got family there, so yeah, we've been there a lot.
All right. Well, we will see you guys next time. We hope you have some happy knitting time, and we'll see you then.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.